see everybody here. No problems. How many people from New York? Wow. How many out-of-towners? Oh, that's not bad. That's actually pretty good. So we have a awesome day planned for you. I'll do a little bit of talking. Devor, who's our CTO, will come in and do a little bit of talking. We will have, I'll end. We have a great panel. We have NVIDIA, IBM, and Glean. We will try to rush through some questions I have. This is, they all know the material really well, and we'll try to see if we can get some audience questions as well, so we make it a little interactive, and go from there. So I have two questions for you. We actually did the RAG++ in San Francisco about a month and a half ago, and they were a lot louder than you are. Really? I just want you to know that, I was like, I'm coming to New York, they're generally loud. You guys are just like, not just doing it. So can we try again? Like, how's it going? Thank you. The second question is more important. What do you guys think about Bodhi? Do you guys like? Come on. We have we have more debates about Bodhi than we have any feature we ever ship, right? Because we have 16,000 versions of this icon that everybody either loves or hates. So just really quick, this is a marketing survey. How many people like Bodhi? How many people hate Bodhi? Okay, a little smaller. Okay, great. That's okay. Thank you very much. All right, let's get started. I'm trying to make sure that the people behind getting alcoholic beverages can get one and come and sit down. Mostly for other presenters. So, all right, let's get going. Oh, there it is. Okay, great. This is the agenda. We'll go through it. We have some. Carter is going to give you a demo. We are generally a lead with code kind of company. We don't spend a lot of time on slides. You'll see that. We don't spend a lot of time talking about ourselves. We like to spend a lot of time talking about industry. We'll spend a bunch of time talking about the industry. We obviously are very proud of our products. We'll show them to you. We'll try to make sure that we put them in the context of what you do, right? Because at the end of the day, we love to build products that actually help you be more agile and more productive, and then actually you can deliver projects for your enterprises. And then there's cocktails and things like that. That's going to be a lot of fun. All right, let me get started. So why are we here? Why do we as a company believe we have the right to talk to you about AI? Right? Because it's not like, hey, we're a growing company, we have a bunch of industry veterans who've done a lot of things, we spend a bunch of time at Google, we know all those different things. It is because of this slide. This is important because we get up in the morning and say, what gives us the right to actually talk to all our customers about AI? Because there's no AI without data. There's no AI without unstructured data, not just SQL data. It doesn't matter where the unstructured data is. And by the way, that includes PDFs, which a bunch of you use, given the number of production customers you have. And there's absolutely no AI without unstructured data at scale. We all know that. So we believe that we have the right to talk to you about that. And as a database company, we first started with vector, and we said, let's go off and vectorize data and use the scale of Cassandra to make that happen, right? And what that means is you get everything that Cassandra does. How many people have heard about Cassandra? Wow, it's awesome. Great. Anybody that uses iCloud, Spotify, Netflix, orders of Starbucks, FedEx, I can go on and on. They all run on Cassandra-based technologies. So how do you make, that gives us a right to talk about scale, but how do we make sure that our vector database is really, really good and really, really fast? We don't think that's good enough because building apps is hard, right? For all of those people that put stuff in production, it is just hard. So our goal has been to go up the stack and work through an open source ecosystem to talk about that. And we are going to talk, we actually did a blog post this morning about an AI PaaS, and we are going to talk about, I'll spend a couple of minutes talking about it, and Devor's going to double click, and then Carter is obviously going to give you a demo. So this is my favorite slide. by a distance. If it was a little lower, you would see me actually go and try to hug it, and because this is why we get up in the morning. We have over 800 customers that do big things, and we run their largest apps, we run their enterprises, and we feel there's pride in doing that all the way through. What is interesting is we believe that 2024 is the year of production AI. That means everyone, not a single one of our customers, every one of them will put something into production this year. It could be just GitHub Copilot. It could be a small little internal project. It could be something external. If you're a regulated industry, which a lot of you guys are from financial services, it's a little harder. But everybody will put something into production, do some XY, A/B testing and all that stuff to happen. So this is something that we get up in the morning doing. We have a lot of production customers. Hopefully all of you that are doing things that you're not doing stuff with us and the ecosystem we have, hopefully you can get on that train. But we also have a lot of customers who are thinking about this in a big way, and we'll talk about the roadmap. Here is what we think is the state of generative AI. So the first thing is I should give you a disclaimer. What you see on the left is a little representative of our cloud business, right? The only difference is it shows up as AWS's #1 cloud provider for our cloud business. Second is GCP. The third one is Azure. So it actually gives you a little sense of, so it's a little skewed to our customers is my point, right? We do have GCP and Azure, GCP and AWS here, and they have tables in the back. I'll talk a little bit more about the partnership as well. Most use cases are document specific. People are starting to do some personalization stuff. By the way, the numbers, we watch this on a regular basis. The number of people who do personalization was much lower. It has definitely increased over time. We think the frameworks are obviously LangChain. How many LangChain users here? Good number. So LangChain actually shows up a lot. Python shows up a lot. JavaScript has been kicking ass and actually coming up. It used to be single digit, and the JavaScript stuff is showing really good progress. And then Llama Index and Haystack. And then obviously this again is representative of our business and how it's distributed. Americas is #1. And then you obviously have APAC. APAC is a lot from India. There are lots of use cases, lots of innovation with Gen AI there. My favorite, and you should ask anybody from DataStax here, my favorite use case from India is PhysicsWallah, which is essentially the purveyor of physics. It's really good for kids. It's like think of this as a Khan Academy, Gen AI kind of thing. They do really cool stuff, like cutting edge. The thing that I pay a lot of attention to the most is the last one, which is time to production. In the early days, I'm talking about 3 months ago, and that seems early now, it used to be more like 52 days. And now it's 65. I'm actually excited. I'm generally never excited about number of production days increasing, but I'm excited. That means people are doing interesting projects, right? They're getting away from saying, let me just ingest some documents, let me embed them, vectorize them, all that stuff, and let's say, I can make a small little chatbot and go from there. People are doing more sophisticated things. So I love, we watch this on a regular basis to not just the reading we do, but what we are talking to customers about. So what does DataStax do? We focus on 3 things. We focus on ease of use, agility for developers. We focus a lot on relevance, and obviously a lot on scale. And that is what we get up in the morning thinking about, right? Those 3 things. We're actually really good at scale, and we'll continue to be very good at scale. We're getting really good at ease of development, and you'll actually see an agility. You'll see the demo that Carter comes up and talks about. You'll see what Devor talks about. And now we're spending a lot of time talking about relevance because hallucinations still happen, and you still have to go off and do something real. Our customers generally fall in 2 categories. People who want to survive and people who want to thrive. The people who want to survive are focused on the left. They want to modernize their data estate. We talked about this. There is no AI without data, right? So they want to go and modernize it, and there are different ways they go off and modernize it. And then they want to modernize on-premise. By the way, a lot of regulated industries that you're from want to continue to move this in the data center. That's great. We will meet you where we are and go from there. And the second one is people who want to go to the cloud. The super interesting stuff, obviously, is you can modernize your data estate, but what can you do from a Gen AI perspective? And we'll spend most of our time there today. Here are some of the things we actually have come back with. We obviously have a software product. Many of you are customers. We actually just released a new product called HCD, which is a hyper-converged database. It actually runs on Kubernetes. It optimizes storage and compute for running on premises. By the way, you can do it on cloud also. Make it happen. We are blown away by the demand we've gotten. Every financial service company I talk to loves it because it actually decreases their footprint quite a bit. Obviously, people who want to move from Cassandra to Astra DB. For those of you that are Cassandra buffs, where it is, you may already know, Cassandra 5.0 is in the process of voting process, and hopefully we will ship it as a community either later this week or next week. And then, thank you. And then, that was David from DataStax. DSC to Astra, people who do that, and then obviously what we do on our cloud product itself. This is a good example of a customer of ours. Again, our pride and joy. Digital River, some of you may have heard of. It's an e-commerce company. Tremendous amount of savings, 60% TCO going to the cloud, and a ton of savings along the way as well. Back one. I'm supposed to say back if I click too fast. One slide back. Oh, there. All right, great. So Langflow AI PaaS, again, Devor's going to talk about this. We obviously spend most of our time in the data world. If you look at our 14-year history, that's where we spend time. We are spending a lot of time on integrated services, right? We have our friends from NVIDIA here. We're doing a lot of work with them. We think they have really cool software. A bunch of you actually know about NVIDIA's GPU products, and that's where they get their revenue from. They have a multi-billion-dollar software business, and we actually are using the embedding services. It's really good stuff. Amanda will talk a little bit more about that, and obviously we run on multiple clouds. And we spend a lot of time thinking about what developers think about. What APIs can we give you to do hybrid search? What APIs can we give you to do just data? And so make it really easy for guardrails with things like NVIDIA. So we spend a lot of time trying to give you an opinionated open source version. This is not just our bits, but also things that we get from partners, and make it really easy with something like Langflow. The folks from Priceline are here, so I want to be very careful on how I tell you this exact story. Priceline is a customer of ours. They've been a customer of ours for a long time. They have done I would say, a project on Penny, which is their assistant. It was rolled out on a very specific part of the Priceline site, and it was done with, these are preliminary results, but the preliminary results were awesome. They had a 25% increase over 2 weeks. Lots of work to be done, but it's great to have a partnership with them. Where are the Priceline folks? There must be somebody. They don't want to identify themselves. All right, that's great. So I love talking about this. We met with their CTO yesterday. They're just really good stuff. All right, so Devor, you've got to do the jog. Devor is our CTO. We both were at Google at the same time, but we didn't meet there. He ran a company called Cascada that became part of DataStax about 18 months ago. It's a joy to work with him. So Devor is going to come in and talk about how we think about the products and get a little deeper on the technology.